Record in the cloud. Record in the cloud. Hey everybody, this is Carolyn. Welcome to the Women's Closet Show tonight. Tonight I'm going to be talking about, let me get my notes, primarily medications and certain health conditions that I'm only going to be focusing on. But I have to give a disclaimer first. I am a licensed massage therapist. I do not diagnose. I do not write prescriptions. I don't do any of that. So my disclaimer is consult with your primary care physician before you do anything that I suggest, especially if you have high blood pressure. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks Ellie for tuning in. Thanks Sadia for tuning in. Thanks Tara for tuning in. And once again, you're here with Carolyn, the host of the Women's Closet TV show. And my topic tonight is on medications. However, I will be talking about the origin of medications, but also Big Pharma and the FDA. And I'm focusing on certain conditions. So once again, you are here with Carolyn, the host of the Women's Closet TV show. I apologize for y'all tonight because my show was supposed to start at 7, but I had to attend an important class that I'm really, really excited about. And once I get everything, once I learn it, I'm going to share it with y'all. And I'm going to share it in a big way. But for right now, Thursday's show, until further notice, will start at 9 o'clock instead of 7. Keep in mind that my show normally runs from 7 to 8 on Thursdays. But because I will be in class the first and third Thursday, the show is going to start at 9 o'clock. The second and fourth Thursdays, the show will start on time as scheduled, but I will be doing posting so that y'all know that anyway. So my disclaimer is I do not diagnose. I do not write prescriptions. I will be giving suggestions. I am a licensed massage therapist. Before you take any of my suggestions, do your due diligence, do your research, and talk to your primary care physician or a healthcare specialist or a healthcare provider. That is my disclaimer before I go on with this, because the topic is about medications, whether it's prescription meds or whether it's OTC or whether it's plant-based. Now, if you have any questions as I go along, just type it in. If you see me looking this way, that's because this is also being recorded for playback. If I'm looking directly at this screen right here, that means I'm talking to all my Facebook fam. Over here, I'm talking to replays, okay? So let's start off with Big Pharma. Big Pharma includes physicians and sales reps for Big Pharma. How do the medication get to you, the end user? I'm going to tell you. Medication is created in Big Pharma labs all over the world, in every state, in every city, in every county, okay? Once those medications is made, of course, they're going to be tested. All medication is tested first to see what the reactions and the effects is going to be on humans. Medications is tested in a lab, or Big Pharma or some researchers will ask for volunteers. When they ask for volunteers, they asking for volunteers, and sometimes you are being compensated if you decide to participate in the study. They will compensate you, but in some situations, you also have to sign a waiver that if something goes wrong, they are not liable, they are not responsible because you voluntarily decided to participate in this study. So once the study is done on any medication, now they have data to work with. That data is presented to the American Medical Association or the powers that be for that. If everything goes well, it gets approved by our great old big FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, which I'm going to get to later. Once it gets approved by the Food and Drug Administration, now Big Pharma, meaning the pharmaceutical companies, can now market that medication. Okay? Once they market that medication, they connect with the doctors, the primary care physicians, or any doctor that can write a script. Once they connect with the physicians that can write the script, they will give the physicians some samples. You ever been to the doctor and the doctor wants to write you a script, but he says, you know what, here goes some samples that you can take until you get your prescription. Okay? That's where the physicians get the samples from. They get the samples from Big Pharma, who made an appointment through the sales rep, because the pharmaceutical sales rep work for Big Pharma. They go out to doctor's office with their case of medications and say, here, we want you to try this on your patients. Guess what? You're the end user. Nothing wrong with these medications. They work sometimes, and sometimes they don't work. However, they all have something in common. What they have in common is they all got side effects. I know y'all heard the side effects. Sleepiness, drowsiness, suicide, death. When you hear suicide, why would you want to take a medication that's going to cause you to think about taking your own life? What if you are a person that has been diagnosed with depression? You've been diagnosed with anxiety, and they want to give you a medication for depression, but the side effects is thoughts of suicide. That's not matching up. So I want y'all to think about the side effects. Also think about this. Anytime you go to the doctor, you as a patient have rights. You do have rights. You can ask your doctor as a patient any question you want to ask him about the medication he is prescribing to you. You have that right. Moving on. And I got my little list here so I don't go off track. Let's talk about our Food and Drug Administration. Our Food and Drug Administration allows over 5,000 chemicals. That's the best name I could come up with, because keep in mind, medication is still a chemical. No matter how you look at it, it's still a chemical. But you have other countries that will, out of the 5,000 that our country allow for Big Pharma or any type of company that uses any type of chemicals that we use in our everyday daily life that's going to affect us and affect our system, that will cause other diseases, that will cause chronic conditions. Other countries don't allow those 5,000 like our country do. Our country's aware of it because they approve it. But you have other countries like Sweden. Out of that 5,000 that's on that FDA United States list, Sweden only allows 11 of them. And there's other countries that only allow like 34 out of the 5,000 because they are banned in those other countries. So when I say do not hesitate to ask your doctor about the medication you're taking, ask him. What are you going to tell you? If he's telling you, oh, and he's writing you the script, I need you to take these 2-3 times a day with food or with water. You as a patient have a right to ask that doctor, like, well, what does it, why am I taking this? What does it do? What's the side effects? Ask your doctor, other than you get the script. And when you get the script, the side effects is on the script. Find out if your doctor knows the side effects that's on the script. Do you know the origin of the medication that you are taking? Do you know the origin of the medication that you are taking, whether it is a prescription med or a OTC med, over-the-counter drug? I'm only talking about prescription drugs, and I'm only talking about OTC meds. And why they do this to me all the time? Hold on, y'all. Something is interrupting my live stream. Okay, there y'all go. Thought I lost y'all. So what I was saying before I got interrupted is talk to your physician and just ask him about the side effects of the medication, because the origin of medications that's not synthetic, because you do have synthetic meds that are made in the lab. You do have, hi Kenny, thanks for tuning in. You do have synthetic meds that are made in the pharmaceutical lab. Now, talking about prescription meds, OTC meds, plant-based. I'm not talking about street drugs because I know y'all know where they from. I'm only talking about prescription medication and OTC meds and what your options may be in addition to your allopathic medications that you are taking. So, meds, and I'm going to tell you about a movie if I can remember the name of the movie. Medications originate from plants first, meaning herbs, H-E-R-B-S. Thanks, Natasha, for tuning in. Hi, Chaz. Thanks, Kenny, for tuning in. Medications originate, I'm going to say this again because some of y'all might not know this. I know it because of my background, other than me being a massage therapist. Medications originate from plants. Medications originate from plants. They are plant-based. Companies, researchers, scientists find the plant, where it originates from that particular country, because certain plants are harvested in a certain time of the year because they have to be in a certain environment. So scientists, I just asked to ask you to repeat that. Okay, I will. Plants, all right, Sadia. Plants originate from, medications originate from plants. Scientists, researchers, anybody in the medical field, like me, outside of massage therapy, plants yield different types of medications. When a plant is synthesized, meaning changed, to another form outside of its original form, you're going to have some type of side effects. This is how come when you watch these commercials on TV and after they promote the medication and tell you what the medication is about, what do you hear? Side effects. And they say the side effects like real fast. And if you're not paying attention to the side effects, you're going to miss it. So start paying attention to the freaking side effects, because you definitely will hear sleepiness, drowsiness, suicide, death. Why? Because that medication originated from a plant that has been synthesized to be put in a different chemical form for human consumption. Do the medications work? Yes. Do it come with side effects? Yes. What if you got it in its original form from the plant itself? Would it have side effects? No. So, I want y'all to have that clear understanding of how medications work, as far as, well, there's going to be a part 2 to this, because I want to give y'all a breakdown of how medications and drugs work with the human body system. So that may be next Thursday, that I give y'all a breakdown of how the medications work through all 11 human body systems. So y'all have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, because this is just part 1. I had to start y'all off with, funny you're touching bases on the subject. My biology professor was just speaking about this the other day in class. Thanks, Adir. Thank you very much for sharing that. So let's say you have the plant-based in its original form, and you know what to do with it. Now, I'm going to say this. Some of this y'all probably already have in its original form, but y'all probably look at it as, oh, that's an old-fashioned remedy that came from the elders. That's an old-fashioned remedy that's passed down through my mom and my dad generation. Well, guess what, fam? Those old-fashioned remedies work, and they are from plant-based before it gets changed into another type of form for human consumption. It makes a big difference, because once it's changed from the plant-based and the chemistry of it changes, there's always going to be side effects to that medication. I don't care how you dress it up. There's always, hi Mark, thanks for tuning in. There's always going to be side effects to that medication, because it is not in its original plant-based form. So I want to talk about, I have certain conditions here that I want to talk about, because they are 4 main conditions. There's a lot of other medical conditions or other health conditions, but most people have high blood pressure. Is high blood pressure preventable? It is. Is high blood pressure controllable? It is. Do they have prescription drugs? A whole lot of different types of prescription drugs for high blood pressure? They do. Do they have side effects? They do. And some of them have side effects with men because high blood pressure medications also take away a man's desire to, well, not his desire, but it takes away his ability to have an erection. Okay? So let's talk about the alternative or the addition that you could add to your allopathic medication. I have to be very, very careful with the words that I use. I'm going to put this disclaimer out there again. I am a licensed massage therapist. I am not a physician. My background, of course, is in microbiology of 5 years. I graduated from Hahnemann University. In case y'all wondering, like, how the hell she know all this shit? Well, that's why. And I've done my due diligence, and I'm also a wellness advocate on the natural healing side. Okay? So, high blood pressure is one of them. High blood pressure is preventable. A lot of health conditions we have, fam, is preventable. It's all about what we put in our temple. It's all about what we put in our bodies. Certain foods causes health conditions that will cause your body to spiral downhill. The ingredients, the preservatives, the other chemicals that's put in our food that causes our bodies to spiral downhill. The cleaning items that we clean every day in our house with, chemicals that's allowed by the FDA that I talked about earlier, is allowed, but it causes health conditions that is preventable if you know what they are. So I'm gonna tell you about high blood pressure. And this herb y'all probably have already in your kitchen, but you probably said, you know what, I'm not doing that, Carol, because it causes bad breath. Well, hey, if it's going to be between bad breath and reducing your blood pressure level, I would say take the garlic. Most people already have it. Most people have, some people cook with garlic. Garlic is good for decreasing high blood pressure. Now, a lot of people don't understand high blood pressure. I'm going to break it down for you in the anatomy form. High blood pressure simply means this: the blood that is pumping through your body, if you have high blood pressure, that means, I need a circle. Hold on. Y'all know me, I like to improvise with little tools and stuff. Hold on, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. See if I can do this. Oh, wait a minute. All right, let's say, I see y'all. Can y'all see this? Wait a minute, because I'm improvising here. Let's say this is, well, maybe not this wide. This is your blood vessel, okay? And I'm improvising here the best way I can. All I got is sticks and my head thing, my hairband thing. So let's say, you know, blood has to get through your blood vessel. And I want y'all to take a good look at in between here. So the blood has to get through your blood vessel, but because of stuff that you eat or things that you're doing in your ADLs, activities of daily living, which is causing you to have high blood pressure. What that means is that the blood that's pumping through your body from your heart to get to the rest of your body has to work harder, 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 harder. You have put your body into a state where your heart has to work harder to get that blood to go through the rest of your body, because it's only a one-way valve system. I might give y'all a, my students know what I'm talking about, cardiovascular system information, so you understand how it works. So anyway, that your blood has to work harder and harder when you have high blood pressure. That means your heart is working twice as hard so you can function. People who have low blood pressure, their heart don't have to work as hard. It doesn't. But if you have high blood pressure, the heart is working twice as hard. That's why the physicians, when you're diagnosed with high blood pressure, the doctor puts you on high blood pressure medication. Why? To regulate it. End story. To regulate it. Is high blood pressure preventable? Yes. Has there been people that have been able to come off of high blood pressure medication once they were on it? Yes. What did they do? They changed their lifestyle, because that's important. They changed their lifestyle. You may say, Carol, what do you mean they changed their lifestyle? They changed how they eat. It's not a diet. It's not a fad. It's a freaking lifestyle change just so you can live. Be healthy. Lifestyle change. Next, I want to give, that was garlic. The other one for HBP is olive leaf. All these are natural herbs alternatives. I have to put this disclaimer out there. I am a licensed massage therapist. I do not diagnose. I do not write scripts. I suggest that you see your primary care physician or your healthcare provider if for any reason. If you decide to take any of my suggestions, go to your primary care physician or your healthcare provider and just ask them, like, what is the natural form or alternative for high blood pressure? And just ask them, does garlic help with high blood pressure? It's an addition to your allopathic medicine. I cannot say, you know what, stop taking medication. I can't say that. I'm not an MD. Not going to say it. Hi, Angela, thanks for tuning in. Not going to say it, but I can certainly say this. These are suggested herbs in a natural plant form that can help with your condition. I could say that as a wellness advocate. Hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. If y'all have any questions about anything I have said, feel free to type it in. Feel free to type it in. Next, I want to talk about bacteria, respiratory bacteria, antimicrobial. Your herb is going to be rosemary. You can buy rosemary in the market and cook with it. Just like you cook with garlic and you cook with olive leaf, you can buy rosemary, because I cook with rosemary. You can buy rosemary, and it's going to be in the seasoning section in case y'all don't know where it's at. Whatever supermarket you go to the seasoning section where they have the salt, the pepper, the cayenne pepper. They got other herbs in there as well, and rosemary is also in there, and you could buy it from the supermarket. Rosemary helps with bacteria of the respiratory system. respiratory, breathing. It helps with all that. Okay? Next, I want to talk about, and I'm just listing how many conditions I have here. Heart, respiratory, digestive. Those are 3 systems I'm talking about tonight. Okay? So we already did heart healthy, high blood pressure medication. Told you about how the medications work. Told you about the side effects of some of the many types of high blood pressure. Gave you the herb that you can cook with to help decrease suggested, I gotta keep these words right, suggested herb to help lower your high blood pressure. That's garlic, which most people cook with, and olive leaf. Next, the next one I gave you was rosemary. Rosemary is good for any type of bacterial infection of the respiratory system. Rosemary is good, a good herb, plant-based for that. Questions? Let me know. Thanks, Yvette, for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. The next one I want to talk about is the digestive system. And the reason why I want to talk about the digestive system is because you have people that suffer with IBS. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. And they have it real bad. You have some people who suffer with very bad digestive spasms and cramps. The individuals that have IBS, they are on probiotics to help with the irritable bowel syndrome. They will be given probiotics. Probiotics, you can get a script, or you can get OTC, or you could also eat yogurt, certain types of yogurt that will help with the irritable bowel syndrome. And most yogurts have probiotics in it. But I'm going to give you 2 plant-based herbs that is also good. One of them, I know y'all have heard of it because it is ancient back to the biblical times, and that is golden seal. Golden seal herb is good for the digestive system. Comfrey is another herb that is good for the digestive system. Golden seal and comfrey. But I'm going to also add in there an essential oil. Even though I'm talking about plant-based herbs and medications and stuff, I have to talk about a essential oil that is good for all types of digestive system issues. And that is called DigestZen. The name of that, and you could take this, it's a essential oil that you can take by mouth. Anytime with this essential oil, anytime you have any type of cramping, anything that's going on with your little stomach there, you take the DigestZen, and in 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you're going to feel better. Okay? So I had to put or add in the essential oil, even though we're talking about all natural plant-based for these systems, the 3 systems I'm giving you, human body systems, I have to add the essential oil in there because this essential oil do work. DigestZen is DigestZen, DigestZen. If you want to know where to get it, just hit me up, give me a call, 267-864-8639. I can tell you where to get that because you cannot buy that in the supermarket. Like all the herbs I told you about, you can buy those in the supermarket and cook with them and help with your health condition. Next, I want to talk about menopause. Women reach a stage of menopause. In case somebody don't know what it is, it's hot flashes. It's when your pores open up, like literally your pores open up and you can feel your body getting hot and wet to your point where your clothes is wet from the hot flashes. The woman is going through menopause. Women that are going through menopause, they will be put on hormone medication. Women that's going through menopause will be put on hormone medication. Keep in mind what I said about medication that has been taken from its original form, plant-based, and synthesized to a chemical for human consumption. Pills are chemicals. I don't care how you look at it. If it's not in the original form, it's chemical. Do they work? Yes. Not knocking down medication. I'm just making you aware of your options and get you to pay attention to the side effects in case you haven't. Ask your doctor. I'm also making you aware of your patient rights. If you're paying a physician a copay or any money, I don't care, and you have to go see him for your health care, you have patient rights. You have a right to ask your physician anything that's pertaining to your health. Your health is in his hands. Your health is in his care. So I would think you would be asking questions of your healthcare provider other than just saying, you know what, doc, you gave me this script, so I'm gonna just go over here to the pharmacy, get my script, and take it as prescribed. Yes, you should do that. Don't take some of it and then stop taking it when you feel better. The law and the rule is, if you got a script, take it all. If you have a script, take it as prescribed. I'm going to say this again. If you have a script, take it as prescribed. If you have a condition that is not chronic, meaning that your condition is not chronic, which means you're not living like this for the rest of your life. You just have this temporary problem. If you have a temporary problem such as, let me give y'all an example, a good one. That's a poor example, I can't say that. But I can certainly say this. If you've been, nope, that's a poor, you know what? I'm going to give y'all this example. It's a poor example, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. If you have any type of condition going on with your reproductive system, and it's not chronic, I don't care if it's a male reproductive or a female reproductive. And I shouldn't have to mention those conditions. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's temporary, and the doctor says, I need you to take this for 10 days. You take it for 3 days and you start feeling better and you don't take it no more. Well, guess what? That medication that you took for 3 days has not reached its peak in your system to target that particular organ, to target that particular system, to target that particular organ, because what did you do? You took it for 3 days instead of 10. If you are on a medication and it's temporary and it's not like a chronic condition where you have to take a medication for the rest of your life so you can survive, so you can continue to live and it's temporary, take all the medication as prescribed so that that medication can do what it's supposed to do and your body can get better, especially if your immune system is low. If your immune system is low, you better take all that medication. Getting back, this is what I mean. I gotta have this because I be getting off track. So, the herb for menopause is black cohosh. What does black cohosh do? It balances the hormones to reduce the hot flashes, because women who have hot flashes want to get butt ass naked because that's how hot it get. Women who have hot flashes will wear a short sleeve shirt in the wintertime, and everybody else is wearing long sleeve shirts. If she's wearing a long sleeve shirt like me, I'm gonna use me as an example. I've been having hot flashes since 2004. I have hot flashes because I had my hysterectomy, complete hysterectomy, in 2004. From that point on, I've been having hot flashes every day, all day long. Most of the time, I have on a short sleeve shirt. When I'm working, I have to come out of 2 layers of clothes. As y'all see, I got on a t-shirt, I got on a polo shirt, and I got on a scrub top. And when I feel my body getting hot, I feel my pores opening up. Women who have hot flashes has to change their lifestyle and what they eat. There's certain foods that will increase the hot flashes. And there's certain foods that will keep them at bay. I'm going to give you those. Chocolate, anything that's sweet, candy, ice cream, cake, soda, anything that got any sweeteners in is going to increase the hot flashes. You're going to get hot. Your pores are going to open up. Your clothes is going to be sweaty wet. You're going to be coming out of your clothes if you can, so you can just get butt naked to cool off. My hot flashes, when I get them, they lasted for 20 minutes. And y'all may see me do this. This is me when I get it. If I'm home, I'm coming out of clothes so my body can cool off. What helps with hot flashes, if you're going to do this and you want to be herb-based, plant-based, black cohosh, BLCK, like my last name, black cohosh, COHOSH. That will help put the hormones back into balance and reduce the hot flashes. Another food that helps with hot flashes is sweet potatoes. Something in the sweet potatoes will keep the hot flashes at bay. Something in the sweet potatoes will keep the hot flashes at bay. So let me check off. We talked about pharmacy side effects, big pharma, FDA, high blood pressure, respiratory bacteria, digestive, menopause. I got 2 more things to talk about before I go. So the next thing I want to talk about is, I know we're talking about plant-based, but I got to bring this up. There is an essential oil called On Guard. On Guard prevents, since we talk about preventive health care, On Guard prevents any type of respiratory systems from happening to you, especially in the wintertime. It fights bacteria. It helps with viruses. I'm not saying it cures viruses, but it controls them if you catch yourself in the early stages of getting sick. Everybody knows that a cold is a virus. Doctors today will not even give you, well, most doctors today is not going to give you any medication for a cold. They're not. They may give you some antibiotics or something for the flu. At least they used to. But today, doctors will not give you a script for a cold or flu. What they tell you, it has to run its course. It has to run its course. And you go home, and what you do, you self-medicate with OTC because you think it's going to help. Well, I'm going to tell you this. If you take On Guard, another one that you can take internally, if you take On Guard essential oil, you're not going to get sick. Not with a common cold. You're not. You might not even get strep throat, which is a definite virus. Why? Because you're taking something, an essential oil that is preventive health care to keep you from getting sick. I'm gonna tell y'all something I heard today. My grandson, my son-in-law, and my grandson. My grandson, we all get out the car earlier. My grandson decides, he wants to run up to the step, and he actually laid down because he likes the snow. He's a snow baby, he likes the snow, but wasn't no snow, like snow's almost gone. So what did he do? He laid down on the ground where the ice was. And my daughter, she went in the house, came back outside, and my daughter comes out and she says, who this little kid that's laying on the ice? Until she realized it was her kid that was laying in the ice, my grandson. So we get him in the house, and his dad and his mom or something like, listen, we don't want you to get sick. You got to come out these clothes. And he's like, no, I'm not going to get sick. And I heard my son-in-law say, only one that's not going to get sick is your grandmother. And he was telling him, JBL, when you get sick, I'm going to get sick, then mommy going to get sick. And that's normally how it go. When one person gets sick in the household, everybody in that house gets sick. Well, it has happened several times in my household. I was the only one that did not get sick. Why? Because I don't hesitate on taking that essential oil. On Guard, I will take 2 drops in the morning and 2 drops before I go to bed. And I keep a bottle. When I feel like I'm going low, I will order another bottle because I don't like being sick. I can't afford to be sick. I can't afford to have no downtime. So what I'm saying is, On Guard essential oil is preventive. If you don't know where to get it, hit me up, give me a call, and I'll let you know where to get it, because this is another essential oil that is not sold in the supermarket. Everything else I gave you, you can buy in the supermarket. The garlic, you can buy in the supermarket. The olive leaf, you can buy in the supermarket. The golden seal, you can buy in the supermarket. The comfy, you can buy in the supermarket. The black cohosh, you can get from a CVS, a Walmart, a Rite Aid, a pharmacy, but you can buy that over the counter, and it's natural. So that's my time, and I wanted to say this. I want to thank Angie for tuning in, Yvette for tuning in, Mark for tuning in, Sadia, thanks for participating, Eric for tuning in, Kenny, Latasha, Troy, Tara, Sadia, Ellie, Evans. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my live stream. This is Carolyn on the Women's Closet TV show. I am the host. I must put the disclaimer out there for all the information that I have given you on this tonight. Please, please do your due diligence. Talk with your healthcare provider. Talk with your primary care physician. Do the homework yourself. Go to the shop. Go to the supermarket and check out these plant-based herbs that I told you that you can use in addition to your allopathic medications that you are taking. Next week, please tune in. I will be giving some more information on how drugs work through the body so that you have an understanding of how drugs actually affect the human body system. I don't care whether it's prescription drugs, OTC drugs, or street drugs. That's all I have for tonight, y'all. Stay blessed up. Stay tuned in. If you have not already shared this live stream, please share it. Place your comments on it. And you can give me a call at 267-864-8639. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Stay blessed. And thank you for tuning in. See y'all next Thursday next Thursday is going to be at 7 because I don't have that class next Thursday. So next Thursday, I will be starting at 7, but I will also be placing a post to let you know. Take care, everybody. Thanks.